Many of you commented on one of my previous videos, and one of the points that I noticed was a question where it said, what should we do when we're waiting on God for an answer? So what I would like to do is devote this video to addressing that. If you're waiting on God, what you should do is literally nothing. I'm just kidding. That's the last thing you should do.
I would say the first thing, and probably the main thing, is to have a sense of anticipation. In anticipation embodies faith and hope that every single day when you wake up, you're believing that very day is the day you're going to realize the answer to your prayer.
The amazing thing is that God could very well have it ready, but you just have not got to the point yet. Meaning, He could have the blessing or the answer to your prayer set for September 5th, but right now it's May 27th. So essentially, you're living on God's timeline of life, but the answered prayer is there. We just have to continue to be faithful.
And then the second item, or manner, if you will, is your attitude during the time.
Now, when we look at the story with Paul and Silas, when they were in Philippi, they're in the marketplace, and they were constantly, berated by this slave woman who was demon possessed. And she kept on shouting, telling everyone that, hey, these two men, they're professing Jesus Christ. And it happened on and on and on, to the point that Paul just got annoyed. And he approached the woman, but more so focusing on the demon, and said, in the name of Jesus Christ, come out. And the demon left. Now, this definitely seemed like a victory, and it was. But the problem is that this fortune teller was generating a lot of wealth for her masters, but no more. So they took it upon themselves to apprehend both Paul and Silas, and then also get the authorities involved and say, hey, these men are professing Jesus Christ, professing their faith, which goes against our traditions and our rules. So because of that, the authorities arrested both Paul and Silas, threw them in prison. But prior to that, both Paul and Silas were beaten. But the interesting thing is that when they were in prison, they did the opposite of what a lot of people would do. They were praising and worshiping God, singing unto Him, because they had the anticipation and they just knew who He was. They knew that God will help out in some shape or form. And if you look in the last image, you will see that God did, where He shook the prison to the point it literally changed the mentality of the jailer who was in charge to let them go. And He Himself wanted to know more about the Lord.
So we've all been there, where we're looking for answers, and we're literally wondering, when is the help going to come?
We hear about the importance of waiting on the Lord in the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 7, where it says, therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. God might be testing your resolve. And if we have a sour attitude, you could be in store for an extra lesson or test to prepare you. Although God's thoughts and ways are above ours, sometimes we have to be logical.
Let me give you an example. Let's say you have an inheritance for your child, and the way they conduct themselves right now, it clearly illustrates that they're going to squander it. on frivolous things or bad decisions. So what you would do is you would teach them as much as possible to ensure that they understand the value of what's coming to them, so that they don't squander it and that they utilize it in a proper manner. And I truly believe that God operates in the same manner, where He's trying to teach us through situations in front and making us wait for certain things, so that we learn how to appreciate things and appreciate what He has in store for us. Squash self-defeating thoughts immediately. If you feel like defeat is entering your mind, you need to literally pray right away. Even if you have to sing about the Lord helping your situation. You'll be surprised as you are welcoming the presence of the Lord, how He can alter your mood and alter the way you perceive, and you can receive hope that your prayer is going to be answered, and knowing that it's on the way. What I've discovered is that a lot of the time when you're going through these type of situations where you're looking for prayer to be answered, it's a battle in the mind. It's a battle in the mind. So if we are encouraging ourselves in the Lord, praying and singing, among other things, I'm telling you, you will get through. Don't let your waiting be in vain. God is trying to prepare you, and He knows what you're seeking Him for. So the time you're waiting, it is for a purpose, but definitely wait with anticipation. So with that, I hope this video encouraged every single one of you, and I pray that you are doing well, and that continue to share these videos, like them. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and click the bell button. And please, everyone, be well, and shalom.